this book are going through a lot of changes, as one tends to do before one embarks on a big thing, like, say, moving to New York. And one of the girls, her mom, is pregnant. She's just found out she's pregnant, and the baby is going to be born right about the time that this character moves out of the family. And so she's dealing with that whole, when I go away, I want there to be this big hole left, and I want everyone to be sad and go, oh my God, how are we going to carry on? And what she's finding is that the world doesn't stand still, and that people are going to go on without her, and that the world is going to change and stuff's going to happen. And I was reading it and I'm like, holy crap. That's kind of the way I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a little nostalgic. I think it's just because people keep asking me about what life in Texas is like, and I keep telling them, and then it makes me think about it. And so I'm going to try to explain this very complicated emotion, which I thus far have had no success in doing. And now talking to myself, looking at myself, talking to myself, I'm sure will not help either, but we'll try. So my grandmother is moving into this new house. And as far as I am concerned in my life, my grandmother lives in Louisville. She has always lived in Louisville, and she will live in Louisville until the end of time. And anything that disturbs that is just wrong and weird. And so I'm not really I don't deal well with change anyway. Yeah, I know I moved here, but I planned this, and this was it didn't feel like as much of a change as I thought it would, I guess. It just feels like a long-term vacation. I mean, not that I would move back to Dallas, but it wasn't really as big of a deal. And then, my mother moved out of the house that we grew up in, which, was kind of weird anyway. But now my grandmother's going to be moving, and there are going to be strangers living there, which is so not okay. And it's just the world is doing lots of changing, and it didn't ask my permission, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit, as is my screensaver that keeps popping up every so often. So, anyway, I'm going to come home in September. Grandmother, you better still be living in that house, and I don't want strangers in there in September. I'm watching you. Don't you think I'm not? But it's my whole support network is there, and all of my friends are there, and I mean, I have friends here, and I've got this one really fun friend whom I love more than life itself, Jennifer Havey, and she's really all the friend I need, I don't feel the need here, I guess, to have as many friends as I did there, because there I had more things that I needed help and support with, and here I'm mostly just happy. Yeah, I've come to no conclusions at all. This makes absolutely no sense. So, we'll just move on. I guess what I'm saying is when I come home in September, I want to see every one of you, and you all better come and meet me, and we're going to eat Tex-Mex, and I'm going to stuff myself with enchiladas until I am freakishly fat. Because I can. And yes. So, out of there into news stories. So my job is kicking my ass. We've had, we've had some special customers. Apparently in the city here during the summer, although I'm sorry, my nose is really itchy. All the people who live in New York, in the area that I work in, which is a very affluent, old money neighborhood, they get out of the city in the summer and they go to the Hamptons or they go to some island and they lounge around with their servant staff and they send their children off to summer camp. So apparently it's the opposite of the life that I'm used to. In the summer, my store's very slow. But right now, all those people are packing and they're very stressed. And so they're yelling at me for no reason at all. So I've decided to employ some friends to help protect me during the day. So, visual aid time. So these are my keys for work. Aren't they magical? This is the key I stole from Frisco. This goes to something in your store. Well, it doesn't anymore, but it did, and I stole it. So we've started collecting these little Marvel characters, Mike and I, and this is Thor. Herg. And Thor has been helping me with his hammer of awesome. And so when the customers are freaking out, he just bashes them in the head. And when that doesn't work, I have the Thing, and the Thing comes to life and smashes them with his giantness. And if that doesn't work, I blind them with a flashlight until they fall asleep. And then I have them escorted out of the building. But yeah, my life has come to needing Marvel heroes to yell at people. I literally have, it's just been bad. So, I've been very stressed about work. But that's okay, because that has enabled me to do a ton of writing. But before I get to my segue, you've got to meet, so, my walking home house keys, which are different than my work keys, they were feeling a little neglected. So, they have a firefighter Who's facing the wrong way? Face the right way, firefighter man. See, there he is. And I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but see the letters on there? Ah, it's like they know. Granted, the company's called Kid Robot, but still, it's cool. And I really feel like this is Storm, but I might be totally wrong about that. Either way, she's one of the X-Men. She hangs out with me on the way home. I was totally about to say something, and it's completely slipped my mind. All the visual aids, I'm just totally overwhelmed. I got nothing. So, anyway, so Mike and I are both like really, really stressed out at work because these people are just absolutely going crazy. So we have started rewarding ourselves. Like, if you make it through the day, you get a present. So I made it through the other day and bought myself some books because I got to meet these authors and they were so funny. They wrote The Nanny Diaries. Hilarious. And I got to meet them and they were so fun. Mike's present to himself the other day, which I've stolen for the purpose of this video, is a sonic screwdriver. Now, for those of you who don't know, this belongs to Doctor Who, and it does all sorts of really cool things, like opens doors and stuff. Anyway, so it's got these little side effects, and it goes, and then you can go wah, and it like does stuff. So anyway, sonic screwdriver. Which kind of looks screwdriver-ish. You know, you can see the anyway. So, work is kicking my ass. But writing, that's where I was going. So, anyway, I have one of the things that I bought for myself to compensate for my crappy days at work is some new writing software. And I had kind of played around with it before. They have this 30-day free trial thing, and you can try it, and screensaver, stop it. And I would show you, but it's on my computer where we're being filmed, so can't do it. Hello again in the mirror. Anyway, so it's, when I write, I don't write in order. Like, I kind of plan out, I write in acts, like in Shakespeare. There's 5 acts in my book. And so I kind of plan out an act, and then I write, like, not in order within it. Like, not at all. And then later I go and put things back in order. The problem I was encountering is doing this in Word, all of my stuff would be in a different font, in a different size. Some of it was indented, some of it wasn't. Like, my formatting was all over the place. So when I would go to put these things all into one document, I would have to spend like an hour just making them all match, which was shitty. So I downloaded this new software, and it enables me to write out of sequence. It's so fantastic. You create your project, which in my case is the book, and then you create these little folders. So I've got one for each act, and in it you create these little index cards. And you write, this is going to be a scene where, you know, Joe, Bob, and Susie go to the bar, and then you can put little notes in it. And then, you know, you can write a scene in which Joe, Bob, and Susie get into a fight, and Joe, Bob, and Susie throw ice cream at each other, or whatever. And then you can click on the index cards and write the scene in, like, this little, like, Word document thing. And then you can, like, move the index cards around, so you can move the scenes around wherever you want them. So if you just know that a scene's going to happen, you make a card, and you can write it whenever you want. And then you can move the scenes around later. And it's got this nifty feature that once you get everything done, you hit compile, and it puts all the documents into one nice long document, all formatted together in the order you want it in. It's been so fun. So, the other night on the train after work, I outlined everything but Act 5, and I've been writing scenes totally out of order, and it's been so liberating. It's so fun. Because whatever scene I'm just like feeling the urge to write, I can write it, and I don't care where it goes, because I'll move it later. Yeah. So, it's pretty cool. Anywho, it would appear we have hit the 20-minute mark, which means this is going to take about 4 hours to upload to YouTube, because it's super slow. And I gotta go get lunch, because my tummy's hungry. Because all it's had to eat today is yogurt. And it's 4 in the afternoon, so perhaps lunch. Yeah, I really, you know, life is good. And I'm happy. And despite that little, you know, awkward nostalgia thing, like, I don't regret for 2 seconds moving up here. And all the things that I thought weren't going to be okay when I moved are actually turning out to be fine. And by that, I mean people back home that I thought really, really needed me. That I don't think you all really need me as much as I thought you might have. You know, everybody's doing good. So, Yeah, no regrets though. You know, life is really good, and things here are progressing really well. And I mean, other than the limited space, too much book problem, which is a perpetual problem for me, as you all know. Um, no, things are good though. I mean, it's weird. Actually, it's less weird now. Going home is going to be weird. Cars and driving and not walking places. That's going to just be awkward. Um, but I had a dream last night about Taco Bueno. Yeah. I know it's pitiful. I know. But I need some Taco Bueno right there. Um, yeah. So, anyway, um I did not prepare this well this time. With I was so excited about the visual aids, I forgot to make my little note card of things I wanted to talk about. So I'm sure there are important things I'm forgetting to tell you all. Oh, but right. So for anybody who doesn't know, I'm coming home in September for like a week. Mike isn't because of some lack of vacation time and shit like that. But um, yes, I'm coming home in September for like a week, and there's I haven't started working out scheduling stuff yet, and I'm probably gonna have to lump people into visiting groups again like I did last time because that worked really well. Um, but there are some things I have to handle, some things that like I need to do and stuff like that. But otherwise, I want to see people, like especially people I didn't get to see last time. Stephen Foskett. No getting sick this time. When I come down there, I don't care if you're hacking your lungs up. You're coming out with me. But yeah, there's some things I need to do, you know, when I go home, like some unfinished business I gotta attend to. But other than that, come see me. I'm really fun. I'm going to be eating a lot of Tex-Mex, so we can chat over food, cause some Blue Goose Cafe is gonna happen, and some Cantina Laredo is gonna happen, cause their margaritas are the best. And some Papacitos is gonna happen, and somewhere in there, some Whataburger. Oh my god, I miss Texas food. You don't even know how good you had it. I can't even have Arby's or Chick-fil-A or Chili's or On the Border without going to Jersey, which does not sound like a big deal since it's like right there, but it's kind of a transit nightmare. So anyway, so I'm going to see all of you in September. Please leave me comments and things like that and tell me how awesome I am and how much I need an award for my acting. Yeah. Oh, hey, look it. Shirt from Wicked. Isn't that cool? It's got like these gears and stuff. Anyway. See, it matches my little doodad back there. Right, so in the video, I hope to see all of you soon. Please go read books. Yes, the end.